7 o'clock.
Today's news.
Deadly gunfire at Target.
3 people shot inside the parking lot.
Fatal steel plant blast.
There's lots to be investigated.
Trump envisions Ukraine deal.
There'll be some land swapping for the good of Ukraine. Also, some bad stuff.
Good morning, I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. A suspect's in custody after police say he fled the scene of a shooting at a Target parking lot in Austin, Texas. 3 people were shot and killed, including a child. CBS's Omar Villafranca has details.
We seen the first body on the ground, and then all the police started swarming in. It was just chaos.
The call to police came at around 2 p.m. Reports of shots fired from the parking lot. 3 victims, 2 adults and 1 child.
2 of those were pronounced on scene. 1 was transported to a local hospital where they were pronounced at the hospital.
Police say they spotted the suspect as he carjacked the vehicle of one of his victims and fled. They allege he then crashed that stolen vehicle in an office parking lot about 1.5 miles away. Investigators say he then hijacked a nearby Volkswagen, injuring that driver and tried to escape again before being stopped by police.
He was then found by Austin PD, where he was taken into custody after a tasing.
Target said they are devastated by the violence that occurred.
There's an investigation at a U.S. steel plant outside Pittsburgh. CBS's Meg Oliver reports 2 people died after several explosions there. 5 others are in critical condition.
It did shake my house.
The thick smoke could be seen for miles.
Our door blew open.
Inside, charred rubble, twisted metal, and remnants of concrete and brick littered the ground.
There's possible entrapment under the rubble.
39-year-old Timothy Quinn was killed in the blast.
He was just probably one of the best co-workers I ever had.
A second person also died, but it's not been identified. At least 10 others were hurt and taken to nearby hospitals. The cause of the explosions are still under investigation. Sources tell our CBS Pittsburgh station the blast happened in the reversing room, which regulates the massive ovens in the plant.
The government says consumer prices rose 2.7% last month from 1 year ago. That keeps inflation at the same pace as it was in June. Now to Washington, D.C., where protesters expressed anger over President Trump's move to send in hundreds of National Guard troops and take control of the city's police force. The president called it a crackdown on crime and homelessness. Figures indicate crime has been falling in D.C. since the pandemic. CBS's Scott McFarland.
Not a state, so he has control of the National Guard, and he has unique capacity to federalize the 4,000-member Metropolitan Police Department. If they want it more than 30 days, they need some form of congressional approval. That seems to be a tall task, if possible at all.
President Trump says his Friday meeting with Vladimir Putin is an effort to see if the Russian president is serious about peace in Ukraine. CBS News White House correspondent Wee Jin Jang.
President Trump said he's not sure how it will end.
I may say, lots of luck, keep fighting, or I may say we can make a deal.
But Trump said it won't take long to figure it out.
Probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be.
How will you know that?
Because that's what I do. I make deals.
The president was clear about his frustration toward Putin, while defending Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky not being involved in this Friday's talk.
He's gone to a lot of meetings. You know, he's been there for 3.5 years. Nothing happened.
Trump once again said there would be some land swaps, as Russia insists it will retain the territory it has occupied since the war started.
It's very complex because you have lines that are very uneven. There'll be some swapping. There'll be some changes in land.
Zelensky has pushed back on that, and so have European allies.
The New York Times reports Harvard University and the Trump administration are nearing a potentially landmark legal settlement that would see Harvard agree to spend $500 million over several years in exchange for the restoration of billions of dollars in federal research funding. It's more than double what Columbia University agreed to pay in an agreement last month. 4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. It's 57 degrees in Walnut Creek, California. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill.